Alistair, this feels like, to me, LGD are saying, look, we have our front line, we have our engage, but we're trying to just keep our AD carries safe. A much more standard front-to-back team fight as the Aatrox is locked in for Rogue Warriors. So both teams... Yeah, they just want to try and see if they can be annoying as possible. You see a camp lead, or just under a camp lead here for Quay, as he did get those Raptor steals, but Peace is the first one to roam up. Harrow does get the steal, but now the fight can really start. Harrow forced the flash away, but the belly bop goes in. They trying to get in on top of him, but first blood goes over to Peace. Now the rest of the fight can happen here as the Alistair falls as well. LGD picking up 2. They are going to try and maybe run down Betty. If he does land an undertow or 2, he should be able to keep it going, or at least burn a summoner. Very difficult for Betty to get this guy off of his back right now. He's almost just about to use the Bass Cone.
Get that scaling advantage, or at least being able to keep up. Leads to a dragon as well as Forge forces the flash out.
Oh, I like that from Forge right there. Waits for the flash, just pop it down. The Chaos Storm is still popping though, and Forge is going to get ticked down. He had no flash to get away. He had no shifting sands. Great turnaround by...
Waiting for the explosive cask, and the fact that it burns the flash just gives so much more to LGD's. Quay.
Oh, I think this Alistair is sent to the slaughterhouse. That is a butcher of an Olaf right there. Now he might look to try and just engage this one here. They don't really have great position, but they aren't committing the TP. Both top laners will be here. This will be a full 5v5. The commitment has been made. The call has been put down. It's very split up for Rogue Warriors right now. They're not really a full unit. Flash in, explosive cast, belly bop down on top of Ziv, who's just trying to sustain him up. He soaks up 2 ultimates and gets out. Those are 2 big cooldowns. No longer available. 4-man knock up here with this. No one's ready to kind of go back in on top of it though. Kai Schwan does get the 4-man, but nobody was prepared.
It was a nice engage, Penguin. It really was. But you're right, there was no damage follow-up coming through. And LGD are going to get away with this dragon. The fact is, for Rogue Warriors, that felt like a really good opportunity, but scattered to the wind. And now, all they're going to get for their retribution is the Rift Herald down mid. Dragon given over. At least you get some plates on the back end, but Kaishuan going down gives more gold into the pocket of it.
Cut that down even a little bit. It could be the difference in your team. And he knows, as a weak side top laner on the Scion, he is not the carry. He is the board. All flashes, all heals. The only thing missing are the TPs from the mid laners. All ultimates available. Smite is there. There is a level lead for Quay over Harrow. But Rogue Warriors are the first one on the objective. They also have a couple of pink wards just littered around. They drop the Rift Herald, though, into the mid lane, so LGD will have that pressure coming in. Quay goes in, but is not taken away, so Rogue Warriors get the dragon. Now the fight can really happen. Explosive cast to try and disengage as Colt is taking a huge chunk off of his own health bar. Quay may be forced to use the Ragnarok, still holding on to that cooldown, but Rift Herald still being pushed in the mid lane means they will be able to take this tier 1, and that is a still objective trade. I would honestly say a little bit in favor of LGD because they have the inside path now.
Yeah, they do. Next wave coming in. Herald did go down, but at least taking the dragon away from LGD to force the Infernal Soul, that's one good thing. However, Ziv might be caught on out. I'm not sure if he can get over the wall. We're just brawling.
No, he's fine to take this one.
But is Uniboy in doo-doo, Penguin?
I don't think so, unless they really want to try and hard force this one. They flash in, he flashes out, TP comes in, and he is totally fine. Chaos Storm was dropped as well, and now Rogue Warriors are running home to their mamas because they need to get the hell out of Dodge. Harrow has to take a full face of Cult to him as he jumps back and tries to get himself away. Explosive cast and knock him back into the loving arms of Uniboy, who gladly takes it. They need to try and get back into this. Ziv has TP, and you can see it here. No vision on him whatsoever, so he's going to have to try and get in this one very, very fast. 3,000 HP onto the Baron. They try to turn onto Kai Schwan, who has got no HP whatsoever to try to steal it. They will not be able to. And Ziv is now caught in no man's land. He's going to have to try and run away as fast as he can. But you can't catch me. Or rather, you can catch me and eat me up as he's a gingerbread man. And he goes and tries to find everything he can. Ziv is just being cut down. All the healing reduction there from Kramer. And they get themselves the Baron. They get themselves 2 kills. And this feels like LGD should be able to run away with this game.
Don't die, Victor. Man, there's a couple of champions in League of Legends you shouldn't dive, Penguin. Can you name them? One of them's Victor, right? Every single time. Gravity field from one of them. I couldn't actually name the others just from the Pokemon segment.
I was going to say, I was like, you clearly in your head just turned around and was like, name them, shut up. It becomes very, very difficult with this Baron now pushing down. They do get the explosive cast out of Peace, which sadly, cast a curse. We were just praising him, and then he gets, you know, unfortunate little ultimate there. And Betty now pushing into this mid lane. Not really much he could do. He's actually run away right now, but they're still pushing in the spot side, Jake.
Penguin, there's a flank coming. And LGD, they're either going to go forward or back as TP flies through.
Oh, here we go. It's 4v5 right now. They're going to try and see if they can get Colt off this. He has no TP. Uniboy gets jumped on straight away, and this is the combination we just talked about, the CC lockdown. Flash belly bop is massive onto Betty and Forge. The Shurima shuffle isn't really there. Betty is dead. They will be able to pick up Uniboy, so it's a 1-for-1 trade as they try and take down Beishuan. He goes down all the way, and now it looks like LGD just have too much gold. They have too much items, and they have too much damage. There's nothing the side of Rogue Warriors can do, and they're gonna have to try and run away as fast as they can. 12-2, a 8,000 gold lead. LGD pretty much have to run on the map. It was a good idea for Rogue Warriors, but they're just too far behind.
Dude, I just love that the game will end like that, or at least get close to ending, right? Death time is maybe not too long, and it means that LGD are going to back away. Inhibitor broken in the bottom lane, but that was a true mosh pit. That was like going to a festival, and you go, man, actually, this is not my kind of jam. So LGD winning out in the end somehow with the gold lead you mentioned, and they'll move to Infernal Soul Point. Do we even see the soul itself? LGD just so far ahead, and it's just so...
Votes are for everyone pretty much. There's no one who's really going to be able to keep themselves alive. As Forge. Oh, yeah, he keeps himself alive, but just barely. Oh. He is not quite dead just yet. And now with a lot of ultimates used, could they look to try and turn this one around? They do have the TP from Ziv. Ziv is here, but there's a minion wave to try and tank this one up. They are flashing away. Ziv just almost has the kill down on the Kaiser, and that is the first one of this fight. They do get out with blinking health bars, but in the end, Rogue Warriors, they get the kills. Oh, they get the kill, and they get themselves out alive. That's important.
Betty finally did something. I'm sorry, because they know the teleport was just exhausted. Ziv doesn't have his either, and Colt's trying to start the engage. He's got the knock-up.
They're going to go for the fight. There's Explosive Cast, which completely isolates the Alistar, and that was fantastic from Peace. Peace has looked amazing all game, and you can see now Rogue Warriors backing up to their own turrets right now, backing up into their own base. They're losing Nexus turrets right now to the Super Minions. They need to try and deal with that one right there, and now with the mid lane turret being sieged under, this looks like LGD might look for the kill.
Going for the Nexus turret first, rather Inhibitor turret, excuse me. Getting poked off nicely by RW, but again, just waiting for the next one.
Barring a massive mistake, and this is good from LGD. Like we said, they're 1-5. They are not exactly high up on the playoffs table, but because they have such a huge gauntlet of a run left for them to go, they get into the back of this pit. They may be able to look for something. Harrow, though, being coerced away. LGD, they do not get it, but the Explosive Cast is not good enough. Harrow with a good flash gets him out of dodge. Now Harrow just running straight back in on top of Peace, the most fed member, if you will, of LGD, but he's a very tanky boy, and now the Alistar might just be turned into mincemeat. He is down and out as LGD finally pull the trigger. The Inferno trigger isn't enough for Rogue Warriors, and they are running, heading for the hills. Rogue Warriors have to get themselves out. Forge, nowhere to go, drops down the Streamer's Legacy to try and maybe stop the minions, but Ziv with no ultimate, no Gore Drinker passive, nothing to go there. He is going to be taken down without any problem whatsoever. They do not need minions right now. They can just go straight down the mid lane. They can take these Nexus turrets, and this will be game one going over to LGD in very convincing fashion.
It felt like it was over 10 minutes ago. Rogue Warriors got beaten out in pretty much every lane, every play. They never got off the ground, and Penguin, this is a good sign for LGD to enter the series and show up against RW with some, honestly, awesome Gragas play.
Jinx locked in. Now, bear in mind, this is pre-health buff, so this is still lacking in 60 HP at the start. That might not sound like a lot, but that could literally, that's like an auto attack and a half. The street would pass me by so I could see what I was doing. But speaking of what we're going to be doing, we're going to see Colt might have to flash away from this one here. Harrow is there, has the red buff. Ziv is taking a hell of a lot of minion damage, though. Needs to be so careful. Colt will be able to get the knock up here with the Decimating Smash and is still looking fairly decent. He flashes, does get the Cole the Meek down on top of him, and he will fall. Now he can run in, take these minions, just try and keep himself as pushed up as possible so they can't get, pushing into that bot lane. They are able to pick themselves up the first dragon of the game, so nicely done by Rogue Warriors. They have the first blood, they get the first objective. Good start to game 2 for them.
What you expect out of it. They're both sitting towards the bottom of the standings and kind of waiting for a moment like this to happen. I don't think Quay should be here. Lilting Lullaby.
Nope, he has got Lilting Lullaby down. They will pick up the Rift Herald, but a knock-up, flash, bear, slap. They jump down on top of him, but Quay is the first one to fall. Uniboy does not hit the Emperor's Divide, and that means they could maybe go for another bit of a fight here. They chop up the Jinx ultimate, the explosive rocket does not get anyone low enough to kill. Kramer is here, but it's 4 kills even. Might even be 5 kills if Kramer gets caught out. Harrow has to keep running at him. They're going to try and get all the summoners. He's slowed. He's able to get caught out, and 5 kills at the space of 2 seconds. Rogue Warriors have blown. They just have to wait. They have no longer got the dragon stacking. They're actually going to lose that now to Rogue Warriors, who have got the early pressure. This Renekton is well and truly online. Towards top, they have full pressure here. They also have the Rift Herald, which they can drop at pretty much any time. Now, looking to try and maybe take down Colt, who does get slept underneath his own tower. Now they go for the unstoppable onslaught. They should be able to take him down. He's just not tanky enough. He can't survive against all of this damage. And you can see here, maybe trying to look if he can take down Forge, but he has got his flash available to him. And now with the Rift Herald, you can drop that up to the top side, gain yourself a lot of plates, gain yourself a turret. LGD will be able to answer a couple on the bot side, but it's just a lot of gold going into the pockets of Rogue Warriors.
Yeah, it's nothing in comparison. RW win out, of course, and in any other world, maybe the Scion kills Ziv in that trade, or RW don't come out as unscathed as they did. They're going to pick up the turret. They're going to get yet another charge, and LGD is still trying to work their way down on this turret. This is an absolute disaster. And I don't think RW can put a foot wrong. Now, of course, we already talked about scaling, so it's going to be a while before... It's okay.
I'm just having fun with the idea.
That's all right. It didn't happen. Just for context, it didn't happen for anyone out there in chat. It was not the case, but there's peace. And will he survive?
The answer is just about. So he gets himself out, but then he has no more flash available to him. They drop down the Rift Herald into that mid lane. Dragon has spawned. This will be putting Rogue Warriors onto Soul Point if they are able to secure it. And with basically without chunking out Peace, there's nothing for LGD to do. They have no real engage or no reliable engage without the Rel, so they have to give this one up. That means we are seeing a potential 22-minute Infernal Soul coming out here for Rogue Warriors. That is insane how quick they were able to stack those dragons.
And they've got a lot of bursts coming through. Renekton, Lucian, Infernal Soul on this team should seal the deal, honestly. Again, it is Rogue Warriors. It is a bottom tier team where, these teams haven't been able to close out games cleanly. And I think Rogue Warriors especially, their problem is these mid to late game team fights where they've had a 5-man group here as well. And Peace actually X-flashing good away. I didn't want to see that engages. All right, Penguin, take it away because Colt just altered. And he
has been started. They have to back away. The waves aren't in position. They are not. They do not have the vision. Infernal Soul at 22 minutes for Rogue objective, and try and just take it down as quick as possible. It's down below half already, and this is under Quay. He has flash. Can he get in and flash? Bear slap this away. Is about 2-level difference, so realistically it's a 70-30 in favor of Rogue Warriors. They go in, they try and get down, but they're not able to get the Lilia out of the pit just yet. But she's dead! What happened? What happened? What happened? What? LGD! They get everything! They've killed everyone! It's an ace! It's a Baron! This game isn't over! LGD can probably win it from here! What the hell did I just see?
You saw Rogue Warriors in the flesh. It doesn't matter what time of day, who they're versing, what the series is. RW are just that kind of team. LGD find absolutely everything, and now all of a sudden, gold is dead even. In fact, with Kramer getting this turret, they'll be in the lead for the first time in this game.
It was insane. And now you're on the front foot. You have 3 items on your 3 carries. You have the position now on the Elder Drake. You don't have Infernal Soul, but it doesn't matter because you're the ones that have the damage and you have the tankiness to survive. It becomes very difficult for Rogue Warriors. And here we go. They're trying to go for the fight. Rogue Warriors, you're too far behind, lads. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do. There is the Sherman Shuffle. They do go and get the Lilting Lullaby. The 2 supports are traded. The top lane goes down, though, for Rogue Warriors. But Betty's doing very well. Betty trying to take them all down. LGD still looking pretty good, but then Lilia gets a triple. Rogue Warriors are able to keep themselves up and alive. It's a 4 for 5 in favor of Rogue Warriors. I don't think...
feel more impactful with the goal they're at now. You just see the damage coming across in that last fight as well as Betty. Oh no, has he gone too far? Choo-choo!
He's fine for the moment, gets himself around the corner. Now Colt taking a huge chunk of his own health bar down. He will not be dropped just yet. He's ticking. He does fall. Lilting Lullaby is able to do enough damage to take him out. He has got the zombie form, so he's just trying to keep everyone away, try and pepper down these health bars. And now, without your major tank, we can see now Alistair on the backside, seeing if he can go for something here. Uniboy does not get the Emperor's Divide onto anybody. It's pure disengage. Now, with Rogue Warriors pushing against LGD, they've pushed them back behind the river line, and they are now in a position to try and look for this dragon.
Every single time we come back from a replay, we're ready for another fight. RW have a numbers advantage, but LGD, they're just going to give it up. They don't care, and Quay walking in anyway. The Udyr wants to run, but Haro actually has enough movement speed to
LGD.
Yeah, it is. The remaining timer works out really nicely for RW in second Baron of the game. But this time, this one will calmly go over to Rogue Warriors. So 32 minutes in. There's a Baron timer on this as well.
So that Baron is done. The 4 now into this mid lane as Ziv has joined up with his team, realizes he can't get that wave in time, so no point in going for a Betty. They're going to flash in. There's the Magnet Storm. They're trying to catch out people here. They're just trying to pepper them in. Betty is still very much alive and doing very, very well. They lose one, and he's throwing Mystic Shots from the safety from behind the wall. Culling comes out as Forge just hits onto the tanks. They get the Dominus, and they get the flash from Betty. 2 big cooldowns here, but can LGD really defend this turret right now? There's still a minute on this Baron. It's going to be very difficult.
I think Betty can just walk in and actually just chip away this inhibitor turret. That'll go down, and Colt's staying too far as well.
Oh, did he stay too far as well? Or was it a bit of a bait right now? As we can see, the Lilting Lullaby has not been used just yet. Colt ticking down, but he will survive on nothing. They will lose an inhibitor. You can see there, Kramer, 1 auto attack there brings Betty down just below his half HP. They get 2 inhibitors, so still a win for Rogue Warriors. They're still
in multiple lanes. That's the flash. They've got a pick.
Oh! They caught him! They caught him! That's the jungler dead for at least a minute. That's 40 seconds into this Elder Drake. You have no smite. Now, LGD, you have to play this smart. There are super minions crashing in the top side. You will have super minions in the mid lane as well. 25 seconds until this Baron spawns. It still feels like Rogue Warriors are in the advantage purely from the work they were able to do before that pick.
Now they're edging for another one. I mean, Colt should be tanky enough to frontline this. He's got the ultimate still. Teleport being used, Penguin.
This is very, very risky. You got 5 members here, but remember, Forge has TP. Forge can end the game if the top lane minions can get there. The poke is very, very big. Here goes Colt. Gets onto 1, and they're going to try and take down the Alistair. He's almost dead, just about survived, and it's actually Colt who goes down. Betty is free-firing with Forge. The 280 carries doing so much work here. Betty forced to get out. Kramer is not able to survive, though, as there's just too much DPS. And now, look at the super minions pushing into this mid lane. They're just trying to stop LGD. Rogue Warriors looking to push in these waves, and Rogue Warriors looking to send us to a game 3.
Apparently so. That fight looks so good all of a sudden as Forge. Solo kill time.
Oh, Forge able to outplay Uniboy 100% there, and that is going to seal the deal. Rogue Warriors will equal up this series 1-1 in a chaotic fashion. They still win, but not in the fashion we thought they would. They will take down the Nexus turrets, they will take down the Nexus, and they will take themselves to a game 3 versus LGD.
What do you say after watching? We've already seen abusing that range. Now you have the priority to farm up and put emphasis on the bottom lane. And you know, TP doesn't do that bad into Nara either. So I feel like for RW, this is we're seeing the first dragon go down at perfect timing. 6 minutes into the game, this is what you want from LGD. Early objective control, utilizing the Udyr, taking as many scuttles as you can, and we'll be looking towards that Herald coming up in a couple of minutes.
Now they're going to commit the TP here from the gangplank. Here we go. Trying to go see to get the Solar Flare goes down. The dragon does go in favor of LGD. There is the cannon barrage. There is nobody hit by Forge's Emperor's Divide, and that is just an unfortunate movement there from him. First blood goes to LGD now, as we can see the Leona trying to run away. No flash, nowhere to go. 2 kills going over to LGD to get the dragon, to get everybody. He doesn't really seem to do a lot, and as I say that, oh, dearie me. Solar Flare goes down to try and buy some time. Quay is taking a little bit more damage than he probably likes. The turn is there, but the explosive shot is just not what you need right there. Betty getting caught out, forced a flash. They still have the Chaos Storm.
Damage that you're going to get out of Kramer, so I like the choice here for LGD. Putting themselves on Soul Point yet again, Penguin. At 22 minutes is Betty. Do not walk into the lane, sir.
No, definitely not the idea you wanted to see there coming out from Betty, as they are going to trade one turret for one. So Ziv does pick up that one into that top side. They have Rift Herald in the back pocket here for Rogue Warriors, but it looks like they're just giving up straight away this tier 2 in the bot lane. That just opens up so much of that jungle. We talk about how these tier 2...
Kramer's going to get yet another turret. He's picked up 3 this game, and he's pretty much the gold lead, supporting a 40 CS.
Down in the bot side for that tier 1.
Also, with this build, you get a lot more ability haste as well, so GP ult not on as long as you'd expect. But meanwhile, you're right, RW, the response down this bottom lane is finally dropping to Herald, but LGD are going to push in yet another wave, and yes, it is a trade for RW, and when you're the team, and get another turret in the bottom lane.
They should be able to. This is pretty much 2 turrets for the price of 1. That's honestly, straight up, that's a great second Herald play. Something that, you know, a lot of analysts talk about, the bait of the second Herald, how it's not really that valuable. And don't get me wrong, the gold value you get from it is definitely not as worth as it is for the first one. But at the same time, it just feels like you get so much more pressure. With Ziv, oh my god, he didn't have his flash up just in time. And Kramer and the combination with the bear get themselves another kill. So it's 4-0. 2 minutes until that Mountain Soul. Oh, it's starting to look a bit dicey for Rogue Warriors, but that's the last game.
And Leona. Kaishuan has his ulti, but no flash available.
And they are waiting for that Emperor's Vi to come back up, but Kaishuan is dead. Cannon Barrage goes down. Okay. This is just going to really do nothing right now, and this is 5 kills to 0, a 5,000 gold lead, a Mountain Soul to boot. Put it back in your back pocket, get those nice lovely shields, and that has a double whammy because the Seraphine empowered W gives you a... As Benny now just forced straight away, he's by himself, Colt is off to the side, there was 4 people mid, he had to jump away, he cannot defend this on his own.
There's so much mobility on the team when you have a Stride Breaker now, when you have an Udi who just, you saw...
Like you said, so this is perfect for the side of Rogue Warriors. They know now that it is being started, and now they can start to position themselves a little bit. Quay is not in the pit though, so this is a smiteless jungle right now. As we can see, the Forge has to use the Emperor's Divide, and that extra little rock puts an extra bit of distance between him and the rest of his pursuers. But the Baron down to about 5,000 HP, 4,000 HP, 3,000 HP. They're waiting for Mega to kind of come out. He's going to flash it over the wall. Gangplank gets it! Gangplank gets to steal another Baron steal at the 28-minute mark. My god, these teams just can't take an objective.
No, they can't. They're 7-0.
Get on top of Forge and they end up losing. Oh, Quay, that's unforgivable. They will pick up the Elder Drake, but it's a 2-minute buff. You've got 2 minutes left, or 2.5 minutes.
Commit further to the wave to go up and take this turret, as you can see. Finally, they get up. Colt!
Oh, he jumps in. There's a great Emperor's Divide, but an encore to start it all off, and that is the end of that for the side of Rogue Warriors. They held until they could hold no more. And the extra little bit of damage that you get with those Elder Drake procs just means there's nowhere for them to run, nowhere for them to go. Betty shut down on the fountain. They have no more minions, but there is no one left alive. It's a double-double. It might be a quote-unquote official penta. Never mind. Nar going to pick up that one. And that is going to be the game and the series to LGD. They do not give up a single death in their 3rd game, and they take their 2nd win.